Hey, what's going on everyone? Alex here at Verus Engineering, and behind us is our shop GR86, which is undergoing quite a lot at the moment. As you can see, there's no wheels on there. The front bumper is not on there because we're currently doing some testing for the air dam for the 22 plus BRZ front bumpers. So that's the whole process. But there's one project in particular that we are currently working on that I think is actually pretty cool, and I want to show you all. So as you can see here, there is some ducting going on here as well as a backing plate right here. And that consists of our brake cooling kit. There's also a pancake duct in there. And yeah, like I said, that is our brake cooling kit for the GR86. We offer these for a lot of other platforms, and these are a top seller for us. These fly out the shelves and people seem to really love these. And but there's one issue that we have with them. So one of the biggest pieces of feedback that we've gotten from our customer base regarding this particular product, the brake cooling kit, is the fact that you have to remove the windshield wiper fluid reservoir. Now, that's understandable. A lot of people who are driving 86s, you know, which is a relatively price-conscious vehicle. A lot of people are also daily driving them as well. So because of that, a lot of people like the concept of brake cooling, but they didn't want to remove the windshield wiper fluid reservoir entirely. Because, well, the thing is in order to get this brake cooling kit to work optimally, we had to remove this absolutely massive windshield wiper fluid reservoir. At the end of the day, we are listening, and we have heard a lot of what you guys have said, and the boys are currently cooking up something in the design office, so let's go check out and see what they're working on.
So as with most of our products, the first step is pretty much always a 3D scan, or at least my first step. So we have a 3D scan of in behind the front bumper, some of the kind of frame rail, and the OEM fill neck for the washer fluid reservoir is in place too, because we want to reuse that. So yeah, it's important to have that in the scan so that we know where the fill point needs to be. Yeah, so the goal for this product was to make something that was as simple and cost effective as we possibly could. So we did, it's just like a pretty simple square shaped reservoir. It's got an O-ring groove in the top, and yeah, that's kind of it. The lid is also the mounting bracket, so that's a sheet metal piece that has the opening to fit the OEM O-ring for the fill neck, and this will be a 3D printed carbon nylon bracket that just helps retain the little pump guy on there, keep everything secure and safe and happy. That's what we've got. I think the volume's probably going to end up roughly around 1 liter. Don't quote me on that, but it's not a ton. But if you want brake cooling, it's enough to get you by. Yeah, this is definitely perfect for the track guys that like to drive their cars on the street. But I mean, it's nice to have washer fluid on track too. Never know, get some big ass bugs you need to wash off. Never know. We're machining these next door over in Suite 3-4.
Sweet.
A few weeks passed, we've ordered material, programmed the parts, and now we're cutting some washer fluid reservoir bases. These are the bases. We have 2 different styles, one for the FRS BRZ, one for the GR86 BRZ. So I believe this is the GR86 one. So the 50's done cutting one. Let's get a new blank in there, op 2 changed over, or op 1 changed over, and cut some more. All right, the 50's done with the latest cycle. Let's get the parts out, change it over, and start another one so we can get some more units cut. New raw bar stock. Yeah. Dang. All right, so after we cut a few 100 pounds of aluminum, we're gonna send them to anodize, get an anodized black for corrosion resistance. We're gonna slap on some caps and install it on our cars and hopefully your vehicles soon. So we've got the bases back from anodizing now. We have the brackets back from powder coating, and we're gonna actually install our first set for both the first generation BRZ FRS and the second generation GR86 BRZ behind me. And we're actually really excited. Like, this is actually a really cool product for how uncool the part actually is. We're pretty happy with how it came out and very just excited to get it on car. Matt designed these to have a liter of fluid in them, and then they bolt on like stock, and it uses the factory pumps, factory connectors. They're a really cool setup, and we actually went about this to keep the cost as low as possible. So we did various different things to keep our cost low so that this kit is inexpensive for you guys. Last piece of the puzzle is going to be installing this O-ring from the factory neck. This goes in that large plastic piece, and then the neck goes down into it, and it comes up and into the engine bay. So we're just going to install that now. All right, now there we have it. Both units are assembled off a vehicle. We're now going to install them on the vehicle, and the final piece of what I would say installing this would be hooking up the washer fluid lines to the nipples, and then installing that factory washer fluid fill neck on each of them, and then it's going to go to the factory. It's going to look like a factory from the top side install, which we think is really cool because it's really easy to access and fill up. So let's get to it. We have to remove the bumper to install these. So if you have a splitter on your car, you're likely going to have to remove the bumper to remove the splitter. If you don't, then cool. But we're going to remove our splitter, and it's barely bolted on anyway. Hi, Tank. How's it going, boy? Bye, Tank. Push that in. We're gonna plug this in just like we did, just like we undid the factory one. So plug that washer fluid line in, like so. And then we're gonna plug our connector in. All right, guys, that concludes the install. We went from this to that. That's basically to make room for that brake cooling kit or maybe charge pipes if you have a supercharger or a turbocharger. This again holds 1 liter of fluid, so you're able to continue to have a working washer fluid reservoir, which is awesome, airtight or watertight. And yeah, until next time, I'm Eric, I'm out. Be sure to check it out on our website. We have them for the GR86 and BRZ, second generation. We also have them for the first generation FRS BRZ GT86, just a little bit different.